Everything has a story here. Some of them good, some of them not so good, some of them just straight up stupid. Today, I'm going to go over the story of everything on the shelves. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck that intro was. Other than just me talking melatonin, holding my phone that I used to record up to all this beautiful belongings. And it's quite simply that. It was just... Okay, basically, I don't have a lot of time this video. So, I don't have my usual time to be able to record it, edit for a long time, upload it, etc. So instead, I figured it would just be a fun video to go over all of my crap and talk to you about where that crap came from. So, we're just going to jump right into it. The Sonic, pointed to the wrong one. The Sonic and the Eggman both came from a video on this channel. It was one where I was just unboxing Funko Pop figures. I know they kind of suck, but at the time I was excited for them. And yeah, the Sega Genesis Mini, and as such also its box, came from literally being the last Sega Genesis Mini Walmart had at the time. Because basically, I'd always wanted one of these, because I'm a pretty big Sonic fan. I was like, okay, well, you know what? I might as well get a Sega Genesis Mini. Looks cool. Looks dope AF. And so what I decided to do was I got it, except I then never had the money for it. I was always spending my money on something else, or whatever. So, when I finally got it, I found it for $60, discounted at Walmart. And I played it for a bit, then I just didn't play it. So, what I decided to do was I would just make them part of the set, because I figured the Genesis box would look cool, and it would look nice having this here. However, I can also actually use it if I want to. I believe this is the power button. Yep. It's going to take a bit to load. Okay, now I'm just going to go into input. 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 There it is. Okay. Sorry. It's gonna switch over to HDMI. Yeah. And now I'm gonna turn this on. Leave you back. I don't know how well it's going to come across on camera, but it's all there. Now turn that off. And because next thing I'm going to show you is this part right above it. Actually, no. I'm going to finish talking about the other stuff first, but I'm going to leave this on. So, basically, the Eevee and the Great Ball came from the same package. Essentially, on my old set, I had where I was up on a wall, against a different wall than this. I essentially wanted to have a Pokemon corner in my room, and I had this little golden shelf here. Kind of hard to see, but I had that golden shelf, and it was full of Pokemon stuff. And on the top shelf was this eBay 3D printed that I thought would be cool. But then I broke the 3D printed Eevee. And I don't have my own 3D printer. I had to 3D print it at my school. And basically I just don't have access to that 3D printer anymore. So it's summer, and I kind of dropped that class. So, My replacement was buying an Eevee action figure thing from Amazon. And it came with a great ball and then this tiny little Eevee. So that's where those came from. And that's the story behind those. Not Master Ball, the normal Pokeball, on the other hand, just came from a Mimikyu. That I don't even remember where it is. I'm gonna have to look. Hold on. Oh, wait, never mind. There it is. Came from this little Mimikyu, and yes, it's on a little Smash base pad thing. This is for Sonic, but I broke the amiibo, and I was like, well, I could put Sonic back on there, or I could give Mimikyu a platform. But yeah, this Mimikyu is actually supposed to be in the Pokeball, just like how Eevee is supposed to be in the Master Ball. And now, continuing down, or continuing up actually, all this stuff, these Pokemon cards are literally just Pokemon cards. This Detective Pikachu came from a deck pack that came in a, like, Detective Pikachu case files type thing for the Pokemon card game. This Detective Pikachu actually came with the Detective Pikachu movie case, which I think I gave away. Don't entirely remember. And then the Eevee came from literally just a deck of cards that I had. And this Pat Rat is actually just a gift from my grandmother. Essentially, she knew I liked Pokemon cards, and she worked at a thrift store, and at her thrift store they had these two giant magic card boxes, where basically what they were just full of Pokemon cards. Why Pokemon, we don't know. But there were some rare ones in there, including this one, which is actually a US Japanese card, making it rare. Or at least, I heard it was rare. I don't know. And the controller fell. But yeah, and then I had a couple other rare cards. Over the years, they kind of got destroyed / lost. Because a few of them got lost, and then there was a flood in my basement. I had them all over my floor, because I lived in the basement at the time of the house I was living in. And essentially, there was a flood, and it flooded all the cards. I had to throw pretty much all of those away. But this one survived. The lucky son of a gun. Surviving my ownership. And now moving up a bit, we're going to go to this little Sonic comic thing, which, as you can see here, is literally just a comic book retelling of the Sonic movie. This came with the Blu-ray and DVD bonus thing for the Sonic movie, which I have right over here. Hold on. Came with this, just in the package, and this has both the DVD and Blu-ray disc in it. So that was fun. I'm gonna see if I can put this back now flawlessly. Hey, that worked. Perfect. Okay, so continuing to move across. This is a Gamecube. I don't think I need to explain that. But yeah, this is a Gamecube. Power button's back here because they have the power button in the back. This is really bad placement on my part. I turn it on. It's an actual Gamecube. It should kick over to Wind Waker. I hope it's kicking over to Wind Waker. It would be really weird if it kicked over to anything else. And okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rework this at some point, because the disk drive just refuses to read discs half the time. But, hey, I'm not here to play no Wind Waker. I'm here to show you guys my stuff. Controller, stop falling, even though I'm making you fall. And then this is an artwork I created for art class, just for my Art 3 class. It was supposed to be a monochromatic painting. Yeah, you can probably tell that I don't do well in art class. I just kind of do what I want. I do try to stick to the assignments, and even this, I did technically get permission from him, because he said that we could do black, straight up black and straight up white. And so I kind of exploited that a little bit, as you can tell. And then he also said that I could do brown, because pretty much every color, if you blend it with black and white enough, can lead to some type of brown. So he literally just let me use straight up brown. The rest of it is monochromatic. As you can see, monochromatics of red. There was a noise in the hallway. I'm not going to check that. And then this is just like 3D printed pixel art that I'm going to give to my girlfriend eventually when I go see her in Florida. But for right now, it's staying on her picture as part of my set. Yes, this is how I draw my girlfriend. Because I suck at art. But, that's not all, of course. I already talked about the Genesis box. But the next thing I want to talk about is actually this. Don't fall. Is actually this plushie. Because this plushie I also got in Christmas of 2019 for my girlfriend. Because I thought I would be able to send her a package. As you can tell, it did not happen. So, yeah. That's why it's on my set now. And actually, same story with these two little bunnies. I wanted to get them for my girlfriend. And I couldn't. And I basically just haven't been able to give them to her yet. So until I can, they're right up there. I don't know what I'm going to replace them with, but I'll replace them with something. But right now, they're on my set. And then there are these two little bunnies, which I just got in those little peep candy things. And I just thought they were the cutest things. And I think eventually those are also going to go to my girlfriend. But until then, they're on my set. And then there are these two manuals, being for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the Gamecube, and Super Paper Mario for the Wii. I don't have either of those games. What happened was I traded them into Rock 30, which is basically a lesser-known GameStop type of thing. And I traded the games into Rock, and basically I took up the manuals, because I love reading the manuals. I like looking at the manuals. The manuals are awesome. And so then I traded them in. But basically what ended up happening was the manuals got lost. I had no idea where they were, but wanted to trade in the games. And so I'm like, okay, fine, I'm just going to trade in the games then. The manuals don't really matter too much. And then, like, 5 months later, I found them. So if you're going to Rock 30 in a certain town, I'm not going to say which town, but if you're going to Rock 30, and you get a copy of either Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and Super Paper Mario, and all they're missing are the manuals, might be me. It might be me. It might be. But yeah. And now, what's behind it? What's behind it? What's behind all of these is the box for my drawing tablet, which I use for my animations that I don't do anymore, that I'm going to do more of soon. I'm just waiting on a couple more things from Amazon. You know what? I'll fix it later. But yeah, so going back down, because I kind of got sidetracked talking about that stuff. Going back down are these two things. Now this manual, because this is actually the Pokemon X and Pokemon Y guidebook. The thing with this manual is my brother gave it to me. Basically, it was when I was moving out of his house, because I used to be living with him. Me and my mom were. And he gave me 4 manuals, being, well, kind of manuals. It was the manual and Pokedex book for X and Y, and then also the manual and Pokedex book for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I have all of those, but I cannot find the Pokedex book for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Here, I'll prove it to you. Hold on. Here they are. The Pokedex book for X and Y, and then the guidebook, handbook type thing for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And then the Pokedex book for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I have no idea where it is. So, then there's this random Joy-Con box. For your average person, probably means nothing. It's literally just an empty Joy-Con box. But they mean something to me. because of my Switch. Now, obviously, you will not find a set of Joy-Cons sold like this. I tried to modify my original Joy-Cons, and I messed up. I broke a clip in the thing that made it to where the side guard wouldn't work, which means the lights didn't work, and it also wouldn't connect to the Switch itself. So I had to go buy a second pair of Joy-Cons. I go to Walmart, because that's where they're cheap, like $10 cheaper for everything gaming. And I saw these, and these are the only ones they have. Or they had. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to tear them apart anyway. Just give them to me. So I got them, I bought them, and these became these. Probably shouldn't have smacked box against my Switch like that. But yeah, so I'm holding my Switch upside down. But yeah, so that's why these are on the set. As just kind of like a little bit of a reminder of also a video that failed. So I was going to do a video of me reskinning my Joy-Cons as the start of a new series that I want to start called Austin Builds, where it's basically just me doing any sort of tech stuff, kind of like what Spawn Wave does in his Tech Waves, or also just like building contraptions. And this is going to be the start of that series, but it failed horribly because I just could not do it on camera, and I kept being like, what am I doing? What? And I also just didn't have a good way to record it, but now I do. Because now, if I ever want to do a video like that, I can flip this around and go like that with this thing, and you can literally see my desk now. So now if I ever want to do that type of video where I restore my Joy-Cons again, I can. So, yeah. That's just kind of what I've been doing. Oh, Rick. Not what I've been doing, but, and yes, I'm just taking this whole contraption with me now. By the way, you're probably wondering, what contraption are you talking about? Talking about this thing. This is literally just an arm thing that attached to the desk. This thing right here. And I just kind of got it off of Amazon. Because what I was using before that was this. As well as that box and styrofoam pieces. I was using that because I had nothing else really that was the same height. And it was just the best way I could think of to get a good image for a recording. Excuse me. But yeah. As I keep burping and having voice cracks, I think that's... And I destroyed my set. I think that's my cue to just stop. Like to just stop this video. So yeah, this isn't gonna be... So this obviously isn't like as good as my other videos, but I just didn't have a lot of time this week. So, yeah. I promise next week there will be something. I'm not as busy next week. At least how it stands right now.